I have been up since 7 a.m. this morning, and I show no signs of going to sleep. And I just had 2 cups of coffee, and I don't know why I did that. It's always a bad idea for me at night to have coffee. Because I'm going to be wide awake now, and I'm going to be that wide awake and tired weird mixture. Like, I'm alert, but I'm exhausted. I started a new job today, and I was so excited. It's a silly job. I'm just doing silly stuff with silly employees, just being silly, helping silly people out. Very different job than what I'm used to. Extremely different job than what I'm used to. So I am going to take over or under bets on when I will be fired for having to deal with the general public and actually be nice to them. That's going to pain me. I already had one bitch today, just one. Can you help me with something? What? What do you need? Can you help me with something? What do you need help with? I shouldn't have even offered help. I don't know what the fuck. First with the light. What's up, Steel? Oh God. I don't want to do 10-hour shifts anymore. Real work stinks. I want to run a porn shop again. That was fun. Real work fucking blows. I have to actually take my boss seriously. Are you kidding me? Like, I have to be nice to people? You've got to be shitting me right now. That's not going to happen. This cunt today asked me for the dumbest thing on the planet. I forgot what it was even. And she was so annoyed, even when I explained to her it was my first day at this gig and I don't know what she's looking for or what she needs. And she needs to talk to somebody else. And she has to give me the. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I mean, it was everything I could do not to just leap over there and find the nearest broom and shove it up her twat. I should say what I do. You'll fucking die. Okay. I actually am a baker. I'm a baker. I'm a fucking baker. Who knew? I burn water. Don't ask me how I wandered into this job. Started this other corporation was looking for a lot of people. I was like, okay, I'm still doing the porn store thing, but I also there you go. I also well, they want me to run the night shift or whatever like that eventually because the poor girl that runs the night shift now is like she works 6 days a week and nobody will help her and she's ready to die and she's only like 22, so they're like, well, fuck it, let's get it. And they have no guys in there, so they immediately Steve through his work, they said, do you know any guys who would do this, because most guys will go into baking. And he's like, well, I'll ask this guy. And first I was like, no, and then I'm like, wait, how much? And I don't have to do anything funny? I don't have to dance for you or anything? All right. It's been a while since I had to, like, it's hard not being a boss. I mean, it really is. Like, I'll pretty much eventually be left on my own, like, which is good. But this is just the sucky part right now because I've been on my own for so long doing other shit. So, yeah. And I mean, then I was able to be mean. Like, I was able to, like, fucking say what I thought. Like, you stupid fucker, you. No. No, you can't return that sex toy. No. Not an ex-manager. I actually still am manager of that place. That place has got so many issues, it's not even funny. But I'll end up having 2 jobs. So it works. But if this actually has benefits and shit like that, I might, you know, I'll always be at the other place. I always will because I like it and it's easy money. I'm not gonna sit there and lie. Even if you're a manager, you have to deal with some stupid ass shit. But it's, you know, how fucking hard is it? It's more if you can put up with the grossness of it. You know what I mean? If you are not surprised to see a dildo like with shit on it, then you'll be all right. All right. He returned. Oh, that's that motherfucker. He returned a pussy pump from his girlfriend that was using it, and it probably was. And he actually said, she didn't like it. Can I get something different? And you used it on her. Yeah. No. No, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it? Shove it up my ass? No. Fuck, I can't sell it now. Get out of here. Or my favorite is the guy who thought he was being slick. I almost wanted to bust him. I did put him on blast, not on Twitter. I put him on blast on like Google, like reviews or something under my store. I basically just said, this guy, I hope you're happy with yourself. And I kind of described him, just stole a double-ended dildo. Like it was a cheap one too. But he was like some like Teamster looking dude, and he was talking to me. I knew he was trying to do something. I didn't know what he was trying to do. It was like I thought he was gonna try to hit the register or something. So I have a crowbar behind the thing. I was gonna bust his head wide open. But I'm like, this guy's up to some shit. And I had one other customer, and as soon as I had that customer, I saw a box swinging, like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look, and he just took one and put it in his pocket. And the guy had the balls to come back. He had the balls to come back. I couldn't believe it. Like a week later and act like nothing happened. I'm like, yeah. I said, how was the double-ended dildo? Did you like it up your ass? He's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I said, you stole it. You stole it. Listen, motherfucker, I don't really care, but get the fuck out because you're not gonna steal anything else. That was fucked up. Not the most fucked up thing I saw, but that was pretty bad. If you're used to sex in a store, that job is not bad. If you're used to like people, especially if you're a guy, if you're used to people whipping their dicks out at you for no apparent reason, if you don't have a problem walking up to a guy, tapping on the shoulder and saying, please don't masturbate in here. You know, if you don't have an issue with that, you'll be fine. You just have to deal with a lot of grimy shit. That's all there is to it. Okay, somebody just sent me the most unintelligible text ever. Steve's around the corner right now talking to a friend he met in high school. That's why I'm here. I don't want to talk to his friend, and I don't want to talk to him. He hasn't noticed. Well, how long I've been doing this now? 6 minutes? He's still... I'm just waiting to see what the time limit is that he's going to finally fucking notice. Oh, God. What a fucking day. But, yeah. It sucks. Because I have like 2 bosses. It's just weird. I'm not used to it. I know I have to get used to it. Like not giving anybody any lip. Or, you know, what? I can't even roll my eyes? Seriously? I can't say this is fucking stupid. Why are we doing this? Because I saw a few things today where I was like, this is fucking stupid. These people need to get it together. First fucking day and I saw that shit. Eric at. He's complaining about that 10-cent raise. Oh, Eric? Eric's sleeping. Eric gets up early. He always has an early shift. I think he gets out earlier, though. See, I'm going to miss that. Telling my boss what the fuck to do. That's what I always did. My boss let me do whatever I wanted because I did it so well at the other place. So until that place is fully functional again because of the myriad of issues he's had, yeah. But yeah, I hired the employees. I fired the employees. I got product. I made, you know, wholesale contacts and all that. I made friends with distributors and vendors and all that other bullshit. So yeah, it's quite a blow. But in that type of work, you don't have benefits, really. I mean, that's the sad part about it. There's no sex store medical insurance. I mean, like, there's no fucking 401k or anything like that. It's like, I'm getting older. I'm probably going to need some of that. So I had to dip my toe in the water of like a actual corporation. It's like, oh, God, Jesus. Why? KFC, did you test any toys on the strippers? There was some girl one time, she was a porn star. They all say they're porn stars. I didn't believe her. It's actually, if you go way back on my Twitter page, I actually posed with her. Her name was Vivian Lang, I think. She was Asian. She came in with this dude. She goes, you don't mind if I fuck this dude right here? And I'm like, what? She goes, I'll give you some money if you shut the store for a while. My boss is all about money. I shut the store for about an hour. She totally fucked this dude right in the main area. And then guy left. Some guy she kind of sort of knew. She offered me a piece of her ass. And I was like, maybe. And then she bought a dildo. No, she bought a vibrator. And then she was very free about using it on herself. And that's when I was like, you're not really a porn star. You're like, seriously. She's like, no, I am. She's like, I'm an up-and-comer. And she took me to Pornhub. And she's all about gangbangs. I mean, she was loving it. I think that's all she does. I haven't checked on her lately, but I was like, so that was the wildest thing I ever saw. Like, I mean, this girl was like going at it with this dude. Oh, she only fucking blew him though. It was like a blow thing. She's really into blowbangs. Like, I think that's her fucking thing. Like, she also gets fucked too, but she was really into blowbangs. I gotta watch what I'm saying. I'm gonna get busted on YouTube again, like any minute now. You can't say anything anymore. If they ever check my live streams, I'm so screwed. I'm screwed beyond belief. They're tagging me for videos I did 2, 3 years ago. I've forgotten all about them. I had to go back and rename certain videos because I'd actually put this girl, this girl's a bitch or this guy's acting like an ass. I had to rename anything remotely with swearing in it because I've been flagged twice already for all old videos. Yeah, but that doesn't really stop somebody from flagging it still for hate speech, which is what I've been busted for. Each time. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly think I hate to be that guy, but I think it's like a few select people who just really, 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 really fucking hate me. Steve banging a hot black guy. No, he's talking like a bitch over there to some fucking man chick. His friend, they're gossiping like girls. I'm in no mood. I don't want to sit there and talk to you about your good old days of the clubs in the 80s and shit like that. I was a kid. I don't know anything about it. I don't care. I'm not interested. Wasn't it fun? We were dancing at Sassafras or whatever. I don't fucking know what that is. I wasn't there. Why am I talking about this? See how good I am at customer service? I'm always cheerful. No, but I just get busted for hate speech. And I don't think there's an age limitation on that. I think it has nothing to do with content. It was in diapers in the 80s. The early part of the 80s, yes. Well, God, I'm gonna sound really old. I was probably more in diapers in the late 70s. Although maybe I was just a really shitty kid. Like maybe I just shit myself a lot. Okay. I was in diapers in the early 80s. Early 80s, I'd be like 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll go with it. I don't think I was shitting myself. I think I'd learned to do it just by that point. Oh, I remember the 80s. I mean, I was a kid, but I was like... I mean, was it so great though, really? It was kind of whack. I'm sorry you don't agree with it. It's my opinion. Just can't go back. You look 24 years old. Use Asian girl lotion. I tried to. No. 80s were just weird. Beyond weird. I don't think there'll ever be a decade like it. Like, who would ever have a decade again where women had shoulder pads like football players? That was weird. I remember looking at these women like fucking linebackers. Like, why is this a thing? Everything was neon. Like, neon. Shit no one would ever wear again. And I know they say it about 70s and everything like that, but some of that shit, they say 80s fashions have come back. I haven't seen girls with lace gloves and doing the Madonna neon fucking rag in the hair and shit. It was strange. Yeah, things were just neon. Like neon pink or neon green. It was fucking nuts. Remember those slap bracelets? That was 80s, right? I just remember my biggest memory of the 80s was the music, which was good. But also that every girl when I was in third grade who was like 12, 13 dressed like Madonna for about 3 months. It was bizarre. They all dressed like little sluts and it was okay. Yeah. All of a sudden, there's just like prostitutes in my school. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? They got like the boy toy belt and lace gloves. I mean, it's great to look at and all that, but I'm just like, how is this allowed? Like, seriously? Oh, 80s music was the most eclectic. There was the best mix of music in the 80s. Because if you listen to a certain radio station, I remember the radio station I'd listen to, like B96 a long time ago, would play rock, rap, maybe a heavy metal song, a pop song. So you got to hear everything that I normally wouldn't have listened to. So I started to like other types of music. Like everything now is just, your little shitty on-demand list. And so you're never going to hear another genre if you don't want to. Back then, you had to sit through other songs and then eventually like, yeah, it's not that bad. MTV. I was one of the last people to ever have MTV. My parents didn't like cable because they weren't going to pay for it. It's silly. And we don't need you watching more TV. You cause enough trouble. That's all we need with you and the HBO and the MF here and MF there. We're not going to put that in our house. It was the only kid I know who didn't have fucking... I was so mad. I'll let it go out. Oh, yeah, he died. I just heard about that. That's fucked up. But, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but are we surprised? Hard rocker, smoked a lot, did a lot of drinking, all of that shit, dies at 65. Like, again, not trying to be a dick, but kind of like, thought he was dead already. Like, I was never a big Van Halen fan. I never got them. I was more like I liked some of their songs when David Lee Roth and his clown ass left. Like I could never stand that fuck. I didn't get why what the appeal was. I know they had some hit songs and all that, but he just annoyed the shit out of me with his spandex and his weird fucking mangy hair and his fucking weird. I just couldn't stand that fuck. He annoyed the crap out of me. I'd rather watch the guys from Wham hop around in their hot pink shorts for about an hour than watch that shit again. Thank you. This is a shock. Is it? It says on the box. I'm telling you, Michael Jackson and Madonna were the king and queen of the 80s. That was just it. Hit after hit after hit. For all of them. I mean, I think, well, Michael Jackson's record, I don't think has been touched yet. And I think actually Madonna still holds the record for most top 10 singles by a female artist, unless she got dethroned recently. I know a couple girls are on her ass, like Rihanna and a couple others. But like, I think for a female, she's still up there just because of her history. But yeah, they were the shit. Remember our teen girls? They were like Miley Cyrus, all fucking, you know, spreading their vag and licking sledgehammers. It was like Tiffany and Debbie Gibson. What movies were famous in the 80s? Anything by John Hughes. The Breakfast Club. A lot of horror too. Nightmare on Elm Street, the Friday the 13th. Yeah. I mean, there was a ton of shit in the 80s. Oh, yeah. Tina Turner had a huge comeback. Tina Turner lasted back with her comeback in the 90s when she had that movie again. You know, like, what was the name of the movie? I Beat My Ass. No, What's Love Got to Do with It? Shit, that was a fucked up movie. I just remember them shoving cake in each other's face, and I'm like, I'm out. Top Gun. I can't stand Tom Cruise. Couldn't watch it. I couldn't stand him back then. I couldn't do it. With him and his jack-o'-lantern smile and just his little fake. I just want to slap the fuck out of him. Tina can still get it. Yeah, but she needs a lot of lube. I mean, you'd be starting a forest fire otherwise. I mean, she needs like gallons. What is she, 70? It's close to necrophilia. I'm just saying. Weird Science. Do you know that's the one that I never saw all the way through? That's a John Hughes film, right? I think it's the one, for whatever reason, I never saw that one all the way through. Nothing against it. My favorite of those had to be The Breakfast Club. I related to a certain character in The Breakfast Club. Take a guess. It wasn't any of the good kids. I'm like, I like that guy. Was society in the 80s the same as today? Like, people were always negative? No, I mean, honestly, no. Like, I'm not gonna say they were always negative, but like, I think there's something to be said for not having devices. Like, people always go, oh, Stranger Things, you know, that type of thing, accurate. Eerily accurate. Anybody who grew up in the 80s that was a kid or a young kid in the 80s, we all drove bikes together. That's all we did. If you're a boy, and there was always one girl in the group and shit like that, that's totally like the kids from It. It's the same thing. It was like legitimately that thing, or going to a mall, like when you're 12, 13. I think we just had to, I know it sounds cocky or whatever, but I think we had to be a little bit more creative in this generation. Remember, people actually read books when they were bored. 80s maybe, 90s engraved. I'm a 70s baby too. I'm a 76. Now, that's a decade I remember nothing about. Obviously, I was like, I have vague memories. But I mean, I wasn't at a disco or anything. So I can't tell you if they were great times. I don't know. I mean, obviously, with technology, things have gotten better and they've gotten worse. Like, it's weird living in a time, or having lived in a time when there was no text messaging, and now being like, how the fuck did I ever live without this? It's strange. Because I can't picture myself living without it. When they say teens living without like internet, I can't picture myself living without internet, and I did. Oh, I'm gonna tell him. He was born in the 60s, so he loves the 70s. He loves the 70s. I get to hear all the time how great the 70s was. 70s fantastic. The 70s, I wish the 70s would come back. I'm not so sure they were a great decade. I don't know. I mean, it's not fair for me to say. I wasn't really around for it. So there was a lot of shit going on in the 70s. Still the Vietnam War was still going on. There was plaid. I wasn't, and bell bottoms. That's gross. You know, some good movies in the 70s. I guess disco was okay until it got, ad nauseum. I think disco was the 70s. Yeah. That's when that whole Saturday Night Live fever thing was going on. No, there was no disco in the 80s. That's when everybody hated disco. It was a good documentary I just watched. Whoever thought I would recommend a documentary? The one on the Go-Go's on Showtime. I had no idea they were such little sluts. I had no idea they were like a hardcore punk rock band initially. And they would go out and get ass like guys would after concerts. Like that's what they would do. They had like male groupies. They just fuck and shit like that. And they'd go do lines of coke and shit like that. I'm like, really? The bitches that sang We Got the Beat? They were like heathens? That's awesome. I have a newfound respect for them. I had no idea it was like that. I was listening to their thing like, well, I was so strung out in heroin at the one time. This girl and this girl had sex with each other, but when we got a couple guys afterwards, we'd always get guys after shows. I'm like, what the fuck? The Go-Go's? I wasn't even going to watch it, but I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, no. They're bullshitting. George Michael had great music. He was just a great artist. Girls were in denial. And apparently so was I. I did not know that he was gay. I didn't know. Apparently every other guy knew that he was gay. He's like, he's queer. He is fucking queer. And when he came out, they're like, are you surprised? I'm like, I kind of am. I wasn't surprised in the 90s because he started looking a little more like he was into that, like hinting a little more he was gay. I bought it. I bought the father figure image, I bought it. I bought the I Want Your Sex video. I was like, okay, I buy it. I buy that. That's his gig. I should have known with Faith when he's shaking his little ass at me. I just didn't, what? I never thought of the Wham him. Like, I never thought of that. And plus, in the 80s, a lot of guys looked gay that weren't. Think about it. Every major rock band was wearing makeup. Their hair was teased. You couldn't tell. You really couldn't. Look at all of the 80s metal bands. They all looked like girls. Even Guns N' Roses, when they started out, some lipstick and a little teased hair and shit like that. It's like, really? Could you tell? So if you started to say, oh, well, they dress kind of gay. Well, every guy seemed to dress gay in the 80s, unless they were in hip hop. If you were in rock or whatever, they dressed gay as hell. They were like really ugly trannies. Remember that? They don't do that anymore. That was like overkill. Every hard rock band and metal band wore makeup. They stripped that shit. Pantera in the 90s, like, fuck that. Fuck that. No, we ain't doing it. That's then. This is over. I think my era was actually grunge, actually. That's when I was a teen. And I was all into Nirvana and everything else. But then you had to hang out with those kids who just shit on everything. Even Nirvana. Like, they had to shit on everything because they're posers now. They made it, they actually made like $5, so we're mad. They're posers. I'm more into the Dead Milkmen now. And if somebody heard of it, you've heard of them? Oh, they suck. Yeah, they sold out. They're posers. Yeah, the Bloody Crotch Nuns, they're the new band. I just fucking love them. That was all 90s. They annoyed the fuck out of me. Any band that was remotely making it, you couldn't like them anymore. They suck. Stupid. But when Nirvana was like, popping, like before they started popping, Nirvana's heard this grand Nirvana, they're really cool, they're hardcore. As soon as they had a hit, as soon as they had one hit, whatever, they sold out. Sold out. Like, your ass would want to sleep on a fucking piss-stained mattress every night in some shitty apartment. You wouldn't ever want to get paid for what you did, right? That never made any sense to me whatsoever. Fuck off. I was like, I still listen to them. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you say. Come on. There's some really good bands in the 90s. Who didn't love a good, cracked, heroined out Courtney Love? I mean, who didn't love that? Threatening that she might punch somebody in the face at any minute. Remember she punched a bitch in the face? What was it, Lollapalooza? She came out, she had a cast, and she just walks up to the microphone. Somebody else has to play guitar for her. She goes, sorry, I can't play any of my songs next to punch some bitch in the face backstage. Repent. No. I don't think I will. Hail Mary, Mother full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst virgins, and blessed are those who wear crotchless panties every other night. Pray for us now, our sinners, so we can keep sinning. I'm not sure if Ali Ahmed is a troll or not yet. I'm not sure. I think he's cool. I think so, but I've been fooled before. Because I've had like people like, Charles Manson come on here and shit like that. I don't know what to say to that. Like, okay. I'm not cool or funny. I'm just grumpy. Oh, Courtney, love you. I fucking love you. They actually did a thing on her on YouTube. She said all these songs were about her. Like every band wrote a song about me. Every band wrote a song about me. Turns out she might be right. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, because they traced each of these bad songs she claimed that she wrote about her to, she fucked every guy that was in there. Yes. Yes. I told you, I got up at 7 a.m. today. I got at 7 a.m. I started at 8. I got off, maybe it was 8 hours. Yeah, it was. I think I went over a little bit. I got off at 5. I had to go to my second job, do some over there, pick up some money. Then I went to the gym. I don't know where I got this energy from. If you would have told me this the day before yesterday, I'd be like, no, I've never been a morning person ever. Like when I started my hours at the sex store, you don't start in the morning. You wake up at like noon and then you go to work. So that's a big adjustment. Like I had to make myself go to bed. I'm like, I actually have to be up at 7 a.m. This is fucking bullshit. But I gotta get rid of that shit. Like I can't with the fucking. I know people say they're not morning people. I really am not there. I am not there at all. Like I even with coffee, I'm like, yeah. Wait, there's an emergency. Somebody's getting crushed in a machine. That sucks. Where am I? When I tell you I was driving like I was drunk at 7 a.m., I'm surprised I didn't get pulled over. And I went to bed early. I fucking popped a Benadryl so I'd be in bed early because I knew lying there at 9 o'clock at night, I'm not going to sleep. So like, okay, 10, 11, I want to be asleep, definitely. Because I got to get out of the house around 6:30 or something like that. I popped one Benadryl and I'm just like, I'm still awake. I'm still awake. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked I actually didn't like fuck it up and oversleep or anything. And I'm still not tired. I'm going to pay for this tomorrow though. I know it. I'm going to go home in a little bit. God, he's still talking to that fucker. He hasn't noticed. It's been almost 30 minutes. He hasn't noticed I've been gone. But I'm going to go home and I'm going to fucking lay down and I'm just going to be, I guarantee my eyes will open around 12 because I'm off tomorrow. I did. Benadryl does nothing for me. You have to mix it with heroin. What are you thinking? Benadryl knocks me the fuck out. Benadryl knocks me. It's a trick I learned from Steve. Like, you can't get to sleep, take a Benadryl. I'm like, what are you, crazy? He goes, do you remember when you have allergies and shit? He makes you sleepy. I'm like, all right. If I take 1.5, fuck it, I'm in a coma. Like, and I'm not a small guy. Like, I'm not, petite by any means. I'm like 5'10". I'm reasonable. But Jesus Christ, it's like if I'm on 1.5 of Benadryl to go to sleep, I am not opening my eyes before noon. It's not happening. It's just not. You know what used to be really trippy? You guys ever see those Neuro drinks in the store? I thought they were bullshit. There's like Neuro Protein, Neuro this. There was one called Neuro Sleep. And I bought it as a goof because I had it somewhere and it tasted really good. It was like orange and it tasted like orange pop. So, best thing to take after a two-day Coke bender? I've only done Coke once in my life. It didn't do anything for me. I don't know. It was too dulled out by the fucking alcohol. That's a sad story, but it's true. Channel what? Oh God, shouldn't give me the channel things right now. I'm not those bitches. I still gotta go look back at that fucking Angelic Initiative. They're still doing videos, I'm guessing. I'll need a good laugh tonight. Fucking A turtle is coming, yes, coming down the highway, and the intergalactic rabbit is right behind it. That's true. Fucking bitches were nuts. Of course they do. They're fleecing people out of money and getting away with it. What the fuck is... What am I doing wrong? See, you try to be nice and be... I should just lied on this. I should have never been JBTV. I should have been JBTV psychic friend or some shit like that. Just lie to people. I would have bank like crazy because people are stupid and believe that crap. Shit, I should have pulled a Tyler Henry and everybody. You know a girl, her name is Jennifer. That was what I was going to say. So sometimes she's sad. Does that make sense? It does. You're going to cry? Give me more $100 more. I'll tell you more. I could do it. It's so fucking easy. I'll channel those two. I want to challenge those bitches to like a who can pull the most spirits in one day. Hey, if they can do this shit and get people, I can do it too. Let's do it. Game on, horse. I love her sitting there rocking back and forth like mental patients. When do we just start locking people up? Like, when do we just stop playing with people? Honest. Oh, let's do it. I'll fucking contact those chicks. Lie to them and tell them if you know how. Lie and tell them that I'm a psychic and I want to vibe with them or some shit like that. Fuck. I'll sit there. I'll bullshit. I'll shave my head completely. I'll go over there in a monk robe and start, speaking in Klingon. Just to fuck with those girls. Dumb. Dumb. Dumb bitches. Boss diva. I am a diva. I actually don't think I'm a diva. Maybe I am. No, I'm pretty fucking easygoing. I know Eric might disagree later, but like the guy, my co-host on my podcast, Eric, like we never disagree on, that's a weird thing. We never disagree on pretty much anything, but we never disagree on like what we're going to talk about or anything like that. And if he suggests something, I'm never like, no, that sucks. I'm going to channel my creativity. I have a few ideas of things to do. I really want to do something special for Halloween because I know everybody's going to have shitty Halloween because there's not going to really be one. So I'm playing around with some ideas of something cool to do. Something very J. Oh, I'd love to have a meet and greet. You kidding? Listen, there are twins right now who are on every fucking TV show ever who are reacting to music videos and getting praised for it. Two black teens who apparently watch rock and roll videos and have 6 million views or something like that. Like, see, this is why I have with reactors. I'm probably going to cop out eventually and get another channel and do a reaction channel. But you need to do real reactions. You tell me I'm wrong. Never once has a reactor watched a music video or whatever and been like, that fucking sucked. That was the worst fucking music video ever. What the fuck? Did you see her? Did she look like she gained 30 pounds? Or is it me? Never. So if you're going to do it right. If you're going to do it and fleece people, fucking do it. Act like a real person. Say what you really think. Okay, I know you guys wanted me to react to that song, but that song, like I wouldn't play that for Guantanamo Bay like prisoners. It was that bad. I know. I did have a thing for a while of ripping reactors. Like I touched on it briefly. I think I might go back to it, where I watched a reaction video and I would rip on the reaction video itself, like rip on them while they reacted to something, which was kind of fun to do. I think I got in trouble for that one. I think it's still up, but I think I got some shit from one of the reactors. Like I care. I think I called him a peanut head or something like that. I forgot what I did. Because they're just so annoying, so I had to. Hey, fair use. They can't say shit. Oh my God. You know what I hate? It's getting hotter. Halloween special, do something with Stevie. Well, I mean, it might probably will involve Stevie. Again, that's assuming I have the day off, but you know, it'll be something Halloween week or whatever. But we're gonna figure something out. I'm actually trying to think of bringing more people in to do something like, I don't know. I have ideas, but they're all the ones that would get me thrown off YouTube. I mean, that's the problem. I really do. I mean, Jesus. Oh shit, that'd be a scary Halloween, wouldn't it? Avoid being shot. Like, I would love to have a Halloween where people decorate their genitals and we judge the best costume contest for your genitals. I think that would be a winner. Watch somebody steal this from me now. Fuck you if you do. But I could never do that on YouTube. Like, whoever made the most creative contest for their junk, man or woman, don't care. Equal opportunity judge. And the winner gets just what does a winner get? A pumpkin spice latte. That's it. That's all the fuck you get. Might see if I could do something scary for Halloween. Like maybe there's some supposedly haunted places in Chicago. Like maybe go to one of those. Like, I don't know. There's not really much you can do this year. But I'll have to figure something really good out. I did a dub one year of Halloween. Just fucking with the audio of the film. I might put that back up on my community page and see how that bites, and then maybe people liked it. I might do another dub. Turned out pretty well. I know. I love Black Friday because I always, and I'm not kidding, that's how sick I am. I remember I'd be at work and the next day, because I worked Black Friday, but it was not the porn store. The next day I would be eager to wake up and watch and type in Black Friday fights and then narrow it down on YouTube to like today or whatever and watch the latest Black Friday fist fights. I loved it. So I'm gonna miss that this year. I was dying out anyway. Amazon was getting rid of that. But what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go out. I'm not afraid to go out. Maybe that'll be just an investigative thing, you know, seeing who's out on Halloween. You saying I should do interviews with people? Can you imagine Stevie trying to hold this while I'm doing interviews? I should though. I need better equipment first, but why not? I should interview people for Halloween. And then right after Halloween, you know, interview them about Halloween, announce that I have COVID. Just watch the look on their face. You don't care, right? No, I wasn't totally 6 feet away from you, but I don't think you'll get. I think you'll be fine. Christ. Interview hobo. I don't think they like to be called that. Like, sir, are you a hobo? Can I interview you? What year is this? The 1930s? Nobody calls him a fucking hobo anymore. Where you get that shit? Knapsack Willie. The hobo. I don't know. There's got to be something really interesting to do. I still have 2 weeks to think about it. Or a week. Before I start shooting something. Maybe a live seance. A live Ouija board session. Maybe that. He probably won't do it because he's fucking pussy with that shit. I can't. It's against my religion. Yeah, so is being gay. But you managed to ignore that one. 40 minutes. Nothing. I've heard that before, actually. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. I'm done with this year. Just like, honestly, this is the fucked up year. You think it can't get more and more bizarre, and then you're like, wait, the president had COVID? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It just gets weirder and weirder. Like, everything's just fucking batshit nuts and just awful. It's not even batshit nuts in a good way. It's just crazed. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by anything else this year. I swear to God, there's nothing else that could surprise any of us, I don't think. Like Joe Biden had a debate the other night and his head came off and rolled across the stage. Okay, yeah. It's 2020, right? Yeah, I think it happened. I'm hoping it's 2021 is like the yin to the yang. Like, will eventually be the year that everything's pretty cool. I'm hoping, but until we get this fucking vaccine or whatever, it's not looking like it. Wouldn't it be great though if 2021 was just a killer fucking year? Like it was just awesome. Like everything's great. I mean, we deserve it. No, I know, so shit, right? And plus, I'm just waiting for them to shut everything down again because it's fall and people are gonna get the flu and nobody's gonna know the difference between the flu and the COVID and we all are gonna have to pay for it again. Like, yeah, I'm quarantined out. Shit. Although my pay will increase because I'll be an essential worker. I'm taking it. I don't care what the fuck is in it. I don't care. I don't care if it's just made up of fucking dead fetuses' eyeballs and it's crushed in a fine liquid. I don't give a shit. I don't care if the government's following me. I don't give a fuck. Am I cool to go anywhere I want now? Yeah, great. I'm going. I'm going. And everybody's like, I don't get it because you never know what they're gonna put. I don't care. I don't care. You get just as much shit breathing the air in this fucking world. Trust me. You go outside, you breathe air. You're in a metropolis, especially like a city or something like that. You got bad shit happening to you. That's all you need to know. I love the fucking people, the anti-vaxxers that they're not gonna do with their children. Well, keep your little fucker away from my little fucker then. I mean, if you're an adult, you do what the fuck you want to do, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. I don't know. It's getting later. What time is it? Okay, we gotta fucking go. I didn't know it was 11:42 already. You should. You're a precious angel. We need you. Sound convincing? All right, I gotta head out. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, drop some comments below this when this gets put up about some things you think I should do for Halloween. All right. Time to get him.